So we have a lot of, I think, very exciting presentations, and something that really marks a progress in terms of scholarship, which is interesting because we are talking obviously about bachelor students, so people that are trying new things, because typically that's not something we have bachelor students do. So there is a reason for doing that, and I'm going to quickly go through that so that I can pass it on to the first presenter. So basically, during their education, there are a number of courses. The one that I'm teaching and the one that I really try to fit into this process or this program is the research course. But there are other courses that are actually really helpful for building research capacity, building research knowledge and knowledge transfer skills. So in the research course, the assignments are really built about developing the capacity to understand research and to apply it to social work issues, social work problems, typically practice, policy, education, advocacy, theory, and other research. So there's a lot of things you can talk about when we talk about implications. So it's a key point. And then this is something that happened around 2014. I thought it'd be an interesting time or interesting idea to apply or have students apply that acquired knowledge in the community. So actually to go to community organizations and ask them to if they would like a research synthesis on a topic that they're interested in, so something that is important to their practice or policy. In this second section, that's a community development course, and it's about applying knowledge through partnerships with the community-based organizations. And then sometime later, we started applying for grants and actually received a grant so that we can actually build on these projects. So it actually turned them into research presentations. And we did that in 2018. And now 2020, we're thinking, let's take it one step further. Why don't we build it into an opportunity to continue the research later on, either with the students, with the community partners, and so we're applying for research grants, and we're trying to publish papers. So we're really taking it to the natural conclusion of scholarship from a faculty perspective. And the outcome back here, especially for students, is really to prepare them for graduate school, and to prepare their research readiness for however it can be used, because it can be used in the workplace as well. So that's basically what's happening here. Oh well. Okay, never mind. We'll fix it later. For community-based organizations, obviously they're not involved in the first step, but in the second step when the students contact them. And so what they benefit is really a research summary in a topic of interest to them. And then for selected organizations, it's an opportunity to move forward. So the ones who actually engage in the scale-up projects are interested in actually conducting research, actually applying for grants or participating in publications or something along those lines. And so we're expecting that to lead to increased research capacity, research literacy, and improve services as well, particularly the scale-up projects, because it is about something they want to help with their organization, whatever it is. And I don't want to give away too much because the presentations will explain a lot of that. Finally, what's in it for the faculty? Well, it's a good question. It's not maybe for every faculty, and that's fine. But certainly, most of the people I've presented this idea to, at least in terms of courses, thought, wow, that's really interesting. I got to try that. And so when they have the opportunity, they actually try it. And when they do try it, they often continue doing it. One exception is someone who retired, so we can excuse Mike Devine for not doing community service learning anymore. So what I'm thinking they do is, of course, that you're gaining skills in teaching and in engaging the community in a different way, basically. Or perhaps you're, deepening the experience that you already have. And it's about building partnerships in the community as well, particularly the scale-up projects, because we don't have much contact in the community service learning. The students basically do all the contacting communications, and that really is one of the goals, is to get them to be leaders of these projects. But afterwards, we have to bring in the research expertise. So there is this partnership building once you engage in a scale-up project. And yeah, we would expect that to be, like I say, increased skills and experience. And to some degree, for those who are engaging in scale-ups, a broadening of their research agenda in a different way, in an unexpected way very often. So that, in a nutshell, is what it is. One final slide, and very quickly, just in terms of what it involves. So all the students are involved in the courses. So basically, they're all involved in the supple community service learning and the various ways that we build research capacity in students. And personally, over the last 10 years, I can see a difference. With respect to the scale-up projects, then you need funding. Like obviously the courses, you don't need funding, and there's really no need for additional funding during the courses. But definitely when you scale it up, the funding is necessary. You need a coordinator and other things like that. And you need to, a conference kind of goes with it, I would think, too. So there's a bit of additional needs. And that's about it. I won't take questions, but I will take questions during the panel discussion in the afternoon for those who are interested in learning more. And I'm more than happy to, to answer questions at lunchtime or whatever for those that are interested. Thank you very much. And I will call on the first presenter to come up. So Sarah Tremblett is a graduate of 2 conferences, or both conferences, and is certainly involved in a very interesting project in terms of developing a research summary and a reflection on people with lived experiences.